Got to get this so I can sing it that and read the words. Oh, it is the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. My father, he was Protestant, my mother, she was green. This tale begins in Barkey, in the heart of the Central West, around the year of 44, when there was a great big unrest. It was to be a time of hardship, rations, war and strife, and that is when this Barkey boy was born into this life. My father was a shearer who often drank a lot. My mother was a waitress lass who didn't touch a drop. Somehow this pair got married, and then to their surprise, they were blessed with a darling baby boy, the apple of their eye. Then came the time to name me, and that was quite a fight, to come up with a Christian name that both of them thought right. My mother's choice was Patrick, an Irish saint was he. My father, Ekman Thomas, was as English as could be. So back and forth they argued to name this little mite, until at last out of the blue they saw a blinding light. I was christened Thomas Patrick, but still in spite of that, to me father I was Tommy, while my mother called me Pat. Oh, it is the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. My father, he was Protestant, my mother, she was green. In 49, at 5 years old, I left my mother's care to get me schooling from the nuns and learn to say me prayers. I stayed at school until I learned all things a boy should know, and then in 59 I left to give the world a go. As my schooling days were over, I looked around for work. I thought I'd try the council and become a shire clerk. But in between I tried me hand at playing in a band, which left the boss to say to me, you've got to understand, a pop star's life might sound real good, but it really doesn't pay. You need to focus on your job and let the music lay. It took some time to realize that what he said was right, and finally I knuckled down and thought I'd seen the light. Oh, he is the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. He yearned to be a singer, but he all turned out a dream. And we go on to page 2. This is 70 years of bloody history. So things looked up in my workload, and soon I rose in rank to read the electric meters and to work out the account. I also learned to keep the books and how those meetings work, and finally I passed the test that made me a shire clerk. By working at the council place there came a typist fair. Her name was Brenda Elaine, and she looked good in a chair. She flirted with me shamelessly and caught me one good eye, and finally we both agreed to give romance a try. I moved from Barkey to Mackay at the start of 65. Didn't make me feel so very good and prove I was alive. A change of jobs and a surfboard too did set my world on fire, as if I set about to make life working in the Pioneer Shire. Getting married to my Brenda love was always on my mind, was on my mind a lot. So off we went to South Mole to tie the wedding knot. We set about to make a life and raise a family, and thank the Lord along the way the kids we had were 3. In 93 the winds of change came blowing from the south. Amalgamation was the change that turned things inside out. I tried my best to sort things out and copped a bit of flack. Then thankfully in 98 I got myself the sack. These days I'm just relaxing, playing golf but not too fast, thinking about the good times that have happened in the past. I'm pleased you all came here tonight to help me stop and think. I wish you all the very best, so let's all have a drink. Always go to the Western boy, Barkey born and bred, and he will always treasure it until the day he's dead. Thank you very much. I thought it was better to do that instead of giving a boring life story. So, most of it is true. Yeah. Particularly the one about Brenda trying to get onto me. So, she came to work at the office.
Well, take that one.
Thank you. Just enjoy yourself. We'll probably be serving the sweets very shortly, and then we'll turn the music back on and have a few drinks.